Hello, teenagers and youths all over the world. Afolabi Adun is my name. I'm a coach, I'm a trainer, and I have some interesting and very, very beneficial stuff for you for this session. We'll be looking at different things concerning teenagers, concerning youths. And the topics we'll be considering today include qualities teens stroke youths must develop. What are those qualities you must deliberately and consciously develop and exhibit? We're looking at vices stroke habits teens and youths must avoid. Looking at behavioral ethics tips for youths and teens. 21 habits of outstanding and effective teenagers and youths. Academic excellence tips. How can you excel in your academics and do better? Decency tips. Personal hygiene. Internet and social media dangers. I will be pointing out some very, very hidden, important yet hidden dangers of the internet that you must watch out for and you must avoid. Then I'll be teaching you about goal setting. How can you set goals for your future at this young age? And then managing your time. Managing your time. Many young adults, many youths, many teenagers waste a lot of time. We're teaching you how to manage your time. So those are the topics we have for today. And I'd like us to go straight to class now. So I'll start by talking to you about qualities youths and teens must exhibit. What are those qualities you must exhibit? Number one is respect. You must have respect. You must have the quality of respecting people. Don't do what everybody is doing. Nowadays in society, because of the social media, because of the internet, because of advancement, the respect is going down the drain. But don't be that kind of youth or teenager who does not have respect. Learn to greet. Learn to say sorry. Learn to say thank you. Learn to say excuse me. Learn to show respect to your seniors, to your elders. All right? Number two is good manners. Don't be a mannerless teenager. Don't be a mannerless youth. Don't be a mannerless undergraduate. Be somebody who has good manners. You exhibit decorum. You exhibit ethical behavior. You are not a loose individual. Then number three is character. You must be a teenager, a youth of character. Then your appearance, presentable appearance. You know, nowadays everybody wants to wear what they like. They wear different things and they say, well, it doesn't matter. It matters. It matters. Your dressing matters. Dress the way you like to be addressed. Because you know what? People see you before they hear you. People see you before they hear you. So dress well. Cover yourself. Be decently dressed. Be decently dressed as a young boy, as a young girl. Be decently dressed. Because the first impression matters. And you will never get a second opportunity to make a first impression. A first impression is what will stick in the hearts of people. So presentable appearance, all right? Then confidence. As a young boy, as a young girl, you must be confident. Don't let anybody talk you down. Nobody look down on you. And I have good news for you. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent, without your permission. So you must be confident. You chest out, you talk confidently. Don't let anybody talk you down. You are destined for greatness. You might not be, your parents might not have all the money, but they are not also the poorest. So confidence is important. You must always exhibit. Don't be a timid youth. Then, of course, composure. Always be composed. 3 C's under composure. You must be cool, you must be calm, and you must be collected. I'll say that again. You must be cool, you must be calm, and you must be collected. Cool, calm, and collected. All right? All right. And then, of course, you must also be an ambitious person. You must have a vision. You must have a goal for your life. It's not too young to begin to think about your future. You're going to think of the course you read when you get to campus, the profession you would like to pursue in life, the different things that you want about your future. So a youth, a teenager, a youth must be ambitious, must be a goal setter, must have a vision for his life. So remember those qualities: respect, good manners, character, presentable appearance, confidence, composure, all right? And then, of course, I said ambition. All right, let's now go to vices students must avoid. You must avoid. Vices youths must avoid. Vices young boys and girls must avoid. You must avoid taking hard drugs. Don't go near hard drugs. Don't go near hard drugs. It's so easy to get addicted to hard drugs now. Everywhere you turn to, you see drugs. Don't go near hard drugs. Don't go near tramadol. Don't go near cocaine. Don't go near Indian hemp. Don't go near anabolic steroids. Don't go near all those drugs that make you feel high. Yeah, they do a lot of terrible things to you. Because after you finish feeling high, you still come down. You still start to feel low. So avoid hard drugs. Don't let anybody give it to you. Don't even taste it. Don't even test it. Don't even experiment. Don't try it. Because you see, once you taste it, you most likely like it. And once you like it, you begin to crave for it. And once you begin to crave for it, you become addicted. So I'll say that again. Once you taste it, you will like it. And once you like it, you want it again. Once you want it again, you crave for it. And you can't do without it. And you become an addict. So avoid hard drugs. Number 2 is alcohol. Avoid alcohol. Avoid alcohol. Wherever you are, as a young boy, as a young girl, avoid alcohol. Avoid alcohol. Your liver, it's not developed enough to process alcohol. So you might say, but daddy takes alcohol, but mommy takes alcohol. Why can't I take alcohol? Their liver, their system is more developed than yours. So don't take alcohol. Number 3 is smoking. Don't take smoke. Don't smoke. Because you see, when you smoke, you inhale carbon dioxide, and that's what we are supposed to be exhaling. You are now inhaling it. All right? So don't smoke. Don't smoke. The next vice you must avoid is cybercrime. That's the one we call the Yahoo. Don't get into Yahoo. Don't get into get-rich-quick schemes. Don't get into cybercrime. Don't listen to people who say that school is scam. School is not scam. There are still benefits of education. Don't engage in Yahoo, in cybercrime. Don't engage in premarital sex. That's the next one. All right? There's a time for sex. God is not against sex. God is not against sex, but there's a time for sex. And the time for sex is during marriage, when you get married. You know, especially those of us who are girls. The girls listening to me here. You have a lot to lose if you get pregnant. You have a lot. You have a lot. You are the one that will carry the baby for 9 months. You are the one that will go through the breastfeeding. You're the one that will go through the pain of childbirth. Some young girls even die. You might even get what they call VVF, viscovaginal fistula, the terrible condition where as the baby is coming out, it destroys all your private part on your bowel. So you are now incontinent. You can't hold urine anymore. That's not what you want. That's not what you want. While the boy who put you into this is enjoying his life, is moving on. You are the one who will drop out of school. Because you can't be in school with a baby. You can't be in school with pregnancy. So weigh all these things and give it some thought. Avoid premarital sex. Avoid wayward living. Avoid pornography. Pornography will destroy you, will destroy your mind. Avoid pornography. Avoid masturbation. Avoid cultism. Avoid bullying. Avoid gangsterism. Don't join gangs. Avoid vandalism. Don't be a destructive person. Don't be. Most youths are destructive by nature. I was once a youth, and I know the naughty things I did. But don't be a vandal. Don't destroy property. Either in your school, at home, your campus, wherever you are. Avoid truancy. Avoid fighting. It's animals that fight. Decent people don't fight. Avoid fighting. And then avoid stealing. Those are vices you must avoid. Hard drug usage, taking alcohol, smoking, exam malpractice, cybercrime, premarital sex, pornography, masturbation, cultism, bullying, gangsterism, vandalism, truancy, fighting, stealing. Stay far from those things, and you will stand out. You'll stand out and be the best in your generation. All right, let's go to 21 habits of highly effective teen/youths. 21 habits of highly effective teens, young boys and girls. Are you ready? Number 1, effective teens are studious and serious-minded. Effective teens are polite and courteous at all times. Effective teens are punctual to their lectures, to their classes. Effective teens are honest and sincere. Effective teens don't engage in cultism and gangsterism. Effective teens are neat and presentable at all times. Effective teens are responsibly dressed. They dress responsibly. They are patient and considerate. They don't demand respect. They earn respect. Effective teens are never rude to adults. They manage their time well. That's the next one. Effective teens listen more than they talk. They listen more than they talk. They set goals. Effective teens and youths are helpful to everyone they meet. They don't engage in examination malpractice. They don't engage in immoral acts. They don't engage in negative things. They do the right things at the right time. That's the next one. Effective teens are always on top of their studies and they excel in their academics. Effective teens they ask questions, they do assignments, they behave well in class. Effective teens don't make promises they will not fulfill. Effective teens love God and always want to do His will. Always want to do His will. They love God. They love God. Do you love God? Love God is the one that made you. Is the one that has provided for your parents. And is the one that is the only one that can keep you and make something good out of your life. So those are habits that you as a teenager, as a youth, must avoid, must deliberately cultivate. All right, let's go now. Behavioral ethics tips. I have some tips for you here that will help you to be better in all that you do. Number one, be neat and presentable at all times. Be neat and presentable at all times. Because you see, people see you before they hear you. Never be rude to adults, no matter the provocation or justification. Show courtesy at all times. Remember, courtesy involves ability to say sorry, to say please, to say excuse me, to say thank you, to say pardon me. I take that again. We call them the 5 magic words in courtesy. Please, sorry, thank you, excuse me, and pardon me. Show courtesy at all times. Be bold and confident at all times. Don't be a timid or unsure mute. Be fair and just to all. Don't cheat people. Don't make people feel bad. Don't take what does not belong to you. That's important. All right? Take your studies seriously. That's the next point. Take your studies seriously. Avoid procrastination. Next point. Never leave undone. Write this down. Never leave undone till tomorrow what can be done today. Never leave undone till tomorrow what can be done today. That's called procrastination. And procrastination is the thief of time. Be nice and kind to everyone you meet. Watch your words and utterances. That's the next point. Because what's spoken cannot be retrieved. Watch your words, watch your utterances. Be careful how you talk. Don't be rude. Don't be vain. And don't be a careless talker. Never tell lies, no matter the pressure or justification. Always stick to the truth. Never take what does not belong to you. I think I've said that earlier. Then next, don't fight, no matter the provocation. Those are some ethical behavior tips that I would like you to keep in mind. All right? Let me go on now. Don't engage in examination malpractice. Don't engage in pornography. Don't engage in homosexualism and lesbianism. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't expose parts of your body when you dress. The more you cover, the more respect you get, especially the girls. The more of your body you cover, the more respect you get from everybody. Be careful what you see, hear, or read on the internet. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. Good stuff, bad stuff. Correct stuff, wrong stuff. Be careful. When you're checking the net, when you're getting information on the net, be careful. Find out who is writing or who is talking. And make sure you don't follow the wrong people on the internet. Is that all right? Okay? Next, about the internet. Never send your nude pictures to anyone. No matter the pressure, no matter the temptation, no matter the appeals, never send your nude pictures to anybody, even to a fellow girl. Because you just might not be chatting with a fellow girl, though you think it's a fellow girl you're talking to. And even if it's a fellow girl, what happens when you both part ways, when you both get upset with each other, when you both quarrel? She's most likely going to spill all that information. All right? So, please, those are important things. Don't post personal information on social media. Be very careful. Your home address, your personal phone number, your parents' phone number, your parents' whereabouts, avoid personal information on the internet. Because the internet is a public space. And people will now know more about you that they can use against you. All right? Okay, next. Don't engage in get-rich-quick schemes. Don't engage in get-rich-quick schemes. What's the get-rich-quick scheme? A scheme that downplays the importance of hard work, that tells you, just do this and overnight you become a millionaire. Listen, there's no shortcut to success. Pay the price and you get the prize. I said that again. Pay the price. Pay the P-R-I-C-E and you get the P-R-I-Z-E. All right, stop looking for shortcuts to success because there are none. There are none. There are none. All right? Don't keep bad friends. Carefully choose your friends. Don't keep bad friends. All right? Don't try to change your natural looks. Don't. You are fine. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. We hear of people like Michael Jackson, people like some people who tried to change their natural looks, and they ended up worse than how they were before. So don't do that to yourself. Don't be proud, arrogant, or resentful, no matter how rich your parents are. All right? Make your parents proud of you. Make your school proud of you. Make everyone that is connected to you proud of you. All right? You must manage your time well. Manage your time well. Avoid time wasters. Avoid irrelevancies and non-essentials. All right? Then you must look out for and discover your talent early in life. What are your gifting? What are your talent? What are those things that God has given to you? What abilities has He given to you? For some of you, it is sports. Some of you, it is music. Some of you, it is dancing. Some of you, it is acting. Some of you, it's comedy. Some of you, it's quoting. Some of you, it's writing. Whatever it is. Some of you, it's poetry. Some of you, it's arts, sports. Whatever your giftings, your talents, your abilities are, develop them. Develop them. How do I develop my ability? You put them to work. And whatever it is that you need concerning improving your God-given skills, talk to your parents about it and let them know that you need to develop this, all right? So look out for your giftings, all right? Then never follow the crowd. Never follow the crowd, except the crowd happens to be going your way. Can I say that again? Never follow the crowd, except the crowd happens to be going your way. All right? So those are some tips I want you to take into consideration. Let's look at personal hygiene. Personal hygiene and health tips for students. All right? Number one, for teens and young adults and youths. You must bathe regularly. Don't be somebody who skips having his bath. All right? And when you have your bath, you wash your private parts. You wash your back. You wash under your neck, your armpits. Make sure you have a good clean bath at least twice a day. Don't keep hairy armpits. Next. Wear clean clothes and don't repeat underwears or singlets. Wear clean clothes. Don't wear clothes that are dirty, and don't repeat undies no matter what. Don't keep nails, then you must keep your nails short and clean. Keep your hair tidy always. Always have a hanky with you. A hanky, because you never know when you will need a hanky. Either because you're sweating or whatever, especially the girls, okay? Have good dental hygiene. Brush twice a day, all right? And change your brush every 3 months, all right? Girls should always have tissue in their bag. If you're a girl, you must have tissue in your bag. You must have tissue in your bag. You say, oh, I don't need it. You may need it. You may need it one day. Every lady should have a tissue in her bag, all right? Next, don't share personal items with people. What are personal items? Things that only you should use. For example, your underwears, don't share it with anybody. Sponge, don't share it. Comb, don't share it. Brush, don't share it. Whatever you know that is important. Okay? All right. I have some decency tips for girls here. If you're a girl, the following tips might help. Sit decently at all times. Don't open your legs unconsciously. A girl should sit decently. Cross your legs. Carry yourself with poise and confidence. Don't walk like a boy. If you're a girl, don't walk like a boy. If you're a boy, don't walk like a girl. Talk calmly and sensibly with decent words. Don't use vulgar or dirty words. Cover your mouth when you cough or yawn and say, excuse me. All right? When you sneeze, this is important. And of course, when you cough. Dress responsibly and decently. Don't expose your body or wear revealing clothes. Eat decently. Number 6. Slowly and quietly. Don't rush food and don't eat loudly. If you must chew gum, chew silently and not for too long. Don't play cheap to boys, all right? Place good value on yourself as a girl. Because you see, the more scarce you are, the more value you get. It's a natural law. Whatever is scarce has more value, gets much more, all right? So be scarce, all right? And don't play cheap to boys, all right? All right, I have some tips on effectively relating with people here. For you to relate well with people, number 1, you must be respectful and polite at all times. Show consideration to all. Be sincere at all times. Don't cheat people. Don't cheat people. Be a teen. Be a teen or youth of your word. Say what you mean and then mean what you say. Don't force your opinions on others. Show gratitude. Have a gratitude attitude. Don't be somebody who doesn't say thank you, who always assumes that people will know what you want to say. No, 1,000 times no. I say this to you. Gratitude unexpressed is ingratitude expressed. Write that down. Gratitude unexpressed is ingratitude expressed. All right? So make sure that you express gratitude as often as you could. Learn to say sorry when you are wrong. Know that you cannot always be right. You cannot. Don't insist on having your way all the time. Listen more than you talk. We're talking about managing people. Listen more than you talk. Put yourself in other people's shoes. It's called the golden rule. Do unto others what you like them to do unto you. All right? Don't use the following words on others. Don't call anybody an idiot. Don't call anybody a fool. Don't call anybody useless. Don't call anybody foolish, goat, empty brain, bastard. Don't use such words. Goat, devil, dunce, imbecile, non-entity, big head, daft. Avoid such words in your vocabulary. Talk. Use positive words, all right? And then you must consciously train yourself to talk right. Instead of saying shut up, you say keep quiet. Or say lower your voice. Instead of saying get out, you say please leave. Instead of saying you are a fool, say that's not the wise thing you have done. Instead of saying it's a lie, say it's not true. Instead of saying you are short, say oh, no, you're not too tall. Don't call anybody blind, say it's visually impaired. And say look at that lame man, say look at that physically challenged man. Instead of saying leave the road, say excuse me. Instead of saying I can't hear you, say I beg your pardon. Instead of saying I'll slap you, so don't let me hit you. Instead of saying you are stubborn, say you are naughty. Is that all right? So train yourself to use better words. Always look for better words. Always look for better words to say what you want to communicate. Is that all right? All right, let's go to the 7 C's of communication. What did I say? The 7 C's of communication. Number 1 C, communication must be correct. Whenever you are communicating, make sure what you are saying is correct. Don't talk false. Don't talk lies. Don't talk falsehood. Communication must be correct. Number 2, communication must be complete. As the next C, we have correct, we have complete, we have concrete, we have concise, we have considerate, we have courtesy, and then we have clear. So I take them now. Communication must be correct. Communication must be complete. Communication must be concrete. Communication must be concise. That means to the point. It should not be too broad, all right, or too long. Communication must have consideration. Be considerate. Like I said earlier, instead of saying shut up, you can just say keep quiet. Be considerate, all right? Communication must be courteous. You communicate with courtesy, and then communication must be clear. So what are the 7 C's of communication? Let's go. Correct, complete, concrete, concise, consideration, courtesy, and then clear. Remember that. All right. Now, I want to talk to you about 5 factors every youth, every teenager must take seriously to be outstanding. 5 factors that you must take seriously for you to be outstanding, for you to stand out anywhere you go. Number 1, your thoughts. Number 2, your habits. Number 3, your attitude. Number 4, your friends. And then your academics. I take that again. 5 factors that you must take seriously to excel. Your thoughts, your habits, your attitude, your friends, and then your academics. And I want to even add your work with God, your relationship with God, with your maker. Those things are very, very important. All right? Okay? Now let's talk about our thoughts. Make sure you think the right thoughts. Think the right thoughts, because negative thoughts will come. Excuse me. Reject negative thoughts. Engage your mind productively. And then make sure you feed your mind with positive things only, because words are thoughts that are laced with vocabulary. So be careful the thoughts you allow into your mind. Then for your habits, cultivate good habits. Cultivate good habits. I'm sure you know that your habit will make you. At the end of the day, your habit will determine your character. So cultivate good habits. Then your attitude. Your attitude. Somebody said your attitude will determine your altitude. Your attitude, how you behave. Have the good attitude. And good attitude involves being respectful, being patient, being polite, being considerate, all right? Having courtesy, being useful, being decent, and then being humble. And then, of course, your friends. Make sure you don't go out with wrong people. Any friend who does not exhibit good manners shouldn't be your friend. So what are the things I should look out for in choosing my friends? Number one, the family background. Number two, his or her character. The language, how does he talk? What does he say? Does he use dirty language? Does he use foul language? Does he use abusive language? Stay clear of him. His or her own friends. Because they say, show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are. So who are his friends? Find out. Then habits. Look out for his habits or habits. Look out for the advices they are giving to you. And look out for their relationship with God. Then the next thing you must consider is your academics. I talked about your thoughts. I talked about your attitude. All right. Now we're talking about your attitude. Talking about your friends. Talking about habits. We're talking about your academics. Pay maximum attention in class. Ask questions in class. All right. Ask questions in class. Have a personal study plan. And then do all the classwork and assignments given to you. Those are ways you can excel in your academics. All right. Okay. So how do let's bring them together now. I told you about your thoughts, your actions, your habits, your attitude, your character. So let's bring everything together. Your thoughts will determine your actions. Say this after me. My thoughts, say it. My thoughts will determine my actions. My actions will determine my habits. My habits will determine my attitude. My attitude will determine my character. And then my character will determine my life. So you see the sequence. Your thoughts determine your actions determine your habits determine your attitude determine your character, and your character determines your life. All right, next let's look at internet and social media issues now. I like to say this to you. The internet is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with the internet, but you have to be very careful with the use of the internet as a young boy and as a young girl. So, first of all, points to note about the internet. It's also called the World Wide Web. World Wide Web, WWW. That's why they call it WWW. Okay, World Wide Web. Number two, there is good and bad stuff on the internet. You have to note that. Not everything on the internet. Number three, don't believe everything you see or read on the internet. Because anybody can put anything on the internet, just upload. So be careful. Not everything on the internet is true. Next, the internet is being monitored. It's being monitored. So be careful. Be careful. Anything you post, somebody somewhere is keeping records. If it's on social media, if it's on Facebook, the database of Facebook, all what you have said is there. If it's Instagram, whatever. And these things can be brought up in future. That's why they say the internet never forgets. It never forgets. Write that down. The internet never forgets. Whatever you post on the internet will never disappear. Years later, it will come up and haunt you, whether good or bad. The internet never forgets. Next, there are bad people on the internet. Just as there are good people, there are also bad people on the internet. And then you must avoid pornographic and bad sites. There are terrible sites on the internet. Pornography and so on. Avoid all those negative things, all right? Now, let's go to social media. What is social media? Social media refers to forms of electronic communication to which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, pictures, videos, and other content. Call it social. It's an interactive thing. And examples of social media include Facebook, Bado, Twitter, that's called X now, To Go, Instagram, Hangout, WeChat, IMO, WhatsApp, Skype, Palm Chats, Viber, and so on and so forth. Now, social media on its own is not bad. It is the use, how you use it, that determines whether it's good or it's bad. So, some dangers of social media. Let me give you some. Number one, it takes a lot of your productive time. You will always want to be online. This will leave you with little or no time for your academics and for other things. Next, you get to meet a lot of negative people and perverts online. There's a lot of fraud, number three, or negative activities on social media. That's online. Pornography thrives easily on social media because anybody can upload anything and post any picture online. So you see, it is very easy to spread and post false information to millions by just one click. That's social media for you. Bullying, blackmail, extortion are all easily carried out on social media. We have cyber predators, people who are preying into your life through the internet. Phishing, all right, is fraudulent. That's fraudulent activities common on social media. A lot of scam on social media. A lot of scam. A lot of false information and scam. You might accidentally download malware, and that will destroy your system. And then one thing about the internet, that posts can always come back to haunt you. Always come back years later to haunt you, either for good or for bad. Then lastly, there's a temptation to share your nude pictures and other personal information with friends on social media. Great temptation, great pressure, so you must watch out and you must avoid that. Okay, tips on using social media. No matter the temptation, do not spend too much time on social media, except you are using it for business, for your academics, or so on. Next, don't accept blind dates. What is a blind date? You know what a blind date is, anyway. Meeting people you never met before physically, but you are meeting them online and you are agreeing to meet physically. That's a blind date. Don't accept friend requests don't accept friend requests without caution. Don't post your phone number or personal information on social media. Your house address, your phone number, your dad's phone number, your account information. Don't put them online except you want to go through inbox. Avoid pornographic sites because there are many, but you must avoid pornographic sites. Don't believe or act on every information you see on the internet. It might not be true. I told you anybody can post anything. Don't make negative or abusive or derogatory posts. Don't get involved in other people's fights or arguments. Keep your password safe and change it regularly. And then keep personal details out of your online activities. Okay, managing my time. Time management tips for young boys and girls now. Number one, plan every day in advance. Don't stumble into your day. Have a daily action plan. Have a plan for your day. Number two, carry out your activities in order of importance. Don't start with irrelevant things. Number three, avoid procrastination. What is procrastination? Postponing. I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow. There's still time. Don't talk like that. Don't say there's still time. No, because you're not getting younger. You're not getting younger. You're not getting stronger. So please, never leave undone till tomorrow what can be done today. Never leave undone till tomorrow what can be done today. Prioritize your daily activities. Next, have a daily action plan. And then watch out for and avoid time wasters. Avoid time wasters, things that waste your time, things that take your time. Examples of time wasters I give you that young boys and girls must avoid. Number one is gisting. You gist too much. Number two is daydreaming. Number three is unnecessary arguments. Some of you argue too much. You argue over everything. Argue over sports, over premiership. Argue over the government of your country. Argue over politics. Argue over the economy of the world. You must watch the things you argue about. Another time waster is unnecessary arguments. Sorry. Yes. Unnecessary activities. Sorry. Oversleeping. Worrying about the past. Daydreaming. Too much online activities. Too much social media. Might have too much WhatsApp, too much Facebook. You are always online. Playing too much. Too many phone calls could also be a problem. All right? Poor planning. Too much TV. Too much video game. Too much games. Procrastination. And so on. Those are time wasters I would like us to please avoid. And for those of you on campus, I have some tips for you. Those of you who are just getting into campus, or you're already on campus, or your first year or second year, I have some tips for winning on campus for you. Number one, don't take undue advantage of the new freedom you have in the university. Freedom is good, but if you don't use it well, you could mess up your life. Because like somebody said, freedom is the most dangerous thing on earth, if not well used. So watch out. Watch out. Don't take undue advantage of freedom. Do not dress in provocative or indecent ways on campus. Please, the more of your body you cover, the more respect you get, and the less pressure you get from people. Do not pull unnecessary attention to yourself. It's not necessary. Avoid being avoid being a nuisance. Avoid being the head of the noise makers. All those who are anti-instructions, be careful. Don't pull unnecessary attention to yourself. Don't pull unnecessary attention to yourself. Now take your academics seriously. That is the next point. Because you're on campus, because you're a student. The minute you fail, you're asked to leave. You withdraw. All right? Next, avoid, stay away from cultists. Don't join them and don't make friends with them. Don't be rude to lecturers. Don't join protests and riots. You can join, but don't be in the forefront. You can just be at the back, but don't be in the forefront, because we live in the social media world. Before you know it, they filmed you as a chief protester. They sent your details to the vice chancellor, to the Senate, and you are now a targeted guy. Any little thing you do, then you're gone. Next, please don't engage in examination malpractice. Don't be too vocal on campus, and so on and so forth. All right, those are some tips for winning on campus. All right, watch out for the freedom that you now have. Academic excellence tips for young boys and girls. All right, ensure you get to class every day and pay full attention. All right, don't skip classes. Copy all notes given in class. Ask questions when you are not clear about anything. Personally do your homework and your classwork and assignments. Go through the class timetable the night before. This will help you to know what books to read, all right, ahead. Write down everything you are taught in class, all right? Write down everything. Don't assume you remember. Review all new information you have learned in class that same day. Don't postpone it. Then you must create a study plan. Have a study plan, all right? Have a study plan. Have the right posture. Make sure that your posture is straight. Don't lie down to read. And make sure the room or wherever it is you are reading has adequate lighting, has ventilation, has all those basic things that are necessary. All right? Okay? So that's basically all. Don't be afraid. Exam was made for man, and man was not made for exam. Don't be afraid of examination. Don't be afraid of tests. All right? And you must eliminate fear in relation to your exams. All right? When you're in the exam hall, all right, eliminate fear. Pray before you start. Ensure you write your name and other required information. Go through your instructions carefully. Let your writing be clear and legible as possible. Don't number points and paragraphs. Underline things you want to emphasize. Start with the ones you know first. Attempt all compulsory questions, because there's a reason they are compulsory. So attempt all compulsory questions. Even if you don't know it, just attempt. Don't exchange words with anyone in the exam hall except the invigilator. Otherwise, you could be blacklisted. All right? Then go through the answer sheets carefully before submitting. All right? So these are some exam success tips for you. All right? I want to thank you for your time. If you put the things you have learned to work, you'll be a better boy, a better young boy or young girl, a better teenager. Remember the things I told you must avoid. Avoid pornography. Avoid sex before marriage. Avoid masturbation. Avoid hard drug usage. Avoid smoking. Avoid alcohol consumption. Avoid premarital sex. Avoid fighting. Avoid all those things that will shortchange your life and make you shipwreck of your life. Make something good out of your life. Your future is bright. Your future is bright. All right? Be an ideal youth, an ideal teenager. Remember, the future is not as far as you think. It's closer than you can imagine. Don't say there's still time, no hurry in life. There is hurry in life. Make up your mind to be the best that God has called you to be. The name is Afolabi Adun. My phone number is 080-6121-4116. And I'm available for counsel and for training. All right? So remember to click the like button and make sure you subscribe. All right? Get your friends to watch Potentials, to listen. Every Monday, a new topic is released. Now, immediately we round up now. Click the like button and click the subscribe button. All right? I'll leave you with these few thoughts. Life does not give you what you deserve, young boys and girls. Life gives you what you demand. The door of success opens to those who push hardest. And you will never, ever know how much you can achieve except you try. Your future is bright. All that God has destined for you will come to pass. I wish you success as you take the next phase of your life as a teenager or as a young adult. Thank you, and God bless you. See you at the top, because that's where you belong.